Hey guys, it's True Cubing, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to solve the 2x2 with the Ortega method, also known as the TheFatRat method. And this is a much faster speed solving method for 2x2 than the beginner's method. Before watching this video, you should probably already know how to solve the 2x2. We have a short tutorial right up here. Okay, let's get started. So in the beginner's method, all you need to do is build a layer, and it had to be correct, so all these side colors matching. However, in the TheFatRat method, you don't need to have the side colors matching. So for example, if I'm building the yellow, I can simply do something like this. And here, this is going to be our first layer, and it doesn't have to be correctly solved. So this allows us to have much more flexibility while building our first layer. And that means we can build it much faster. Okay, so you should probably already know how to solve one layer. It's not very difficult. Just insert these corners to the bottom if you didn't already know that. So now that we've got this out of the way, let's move on to the last layer. So this step is actually very similar to the beginner's method. You have to do OLL. Now you could use the soon algorithm over and over again until you get the fish or the soon, and then you get the OLL. However, you could also do this much faster if you know all possible cases. This is very similar to corner orientation on 3x3, where you have your edges solved and you just have the last corners to do. Now you could use your 3x3 corner orientation algorithms, but here are the much faster versions on 2x2. So the first one is the soon, where you have one yellow sticker on top and the yellow sticker is here on the front right. And all you need to do is R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. The next one is the anti-soon, where you have the yellow sticker on top. However, there is no yellow sticker here on the front right, it's on the side. So you hold the yellow sticker at the back and you go R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. Third case is when you have two yellow stickers on top and this yellow sticker is on the front left. So all you need to do for this case is R, U, R prime, U prime, and then sledgehammer. R prime, F, R, F prime. Next, we have the case where there are two yellow stickers on top, however, they have headlights here on the left side. All you need to do is go F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. The next case is when you have two yellow stickers on top, however, they are diagonally from each other. You need to hold it so that they're on the front left and the back right, and you do this algorithm. F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R. The last two cases are when there are no yellow stickers on top. For this case, we have two headlights here on the right and on the left. You need to hold them so that they're on the front and the back, and you go R2, U2, R, U2, R2. The final case is when you have headlights here on the left, and these two stickers are on the back and front. This algorithm goes F, double sexy move, or R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Finally, when you have done your OLL and you have your first layer, you will need to solve the cube in one last algorithm. There are 4 different algorithms you need to learn, and they are not very long, so let's dive into them. Now the first case is when you have two T-perms on the top and bottom layers. And so they have matching colors here and matching colors here. Now note, this is also the same case where you have matching colors here and matching colors here. It's just that they are not the same color. However, you will perform the same algorithm for these cases. So the algorithm for this goes R2, U prime, B2, U2, R2, U prime, R2. If we apply that algorithm to this case, you will see we will get the exact same thing, except we will have a U, AUF. The next case is when you have a Y perm on top and a T perm on the bottom. For this case, you hold the T perm with the headlights here at the front, and this doesn't matter where the top layer is. The algorithm goes L, D prime, L, F2, L prime, D, L prime. The next case is when you have the T perm on the top and the Y perm on the bottom. You need to hold it so that the T perm is actually at the back, and the bottom layer doesn't really matter where it is. Then the algorithm goes R prime, U, R prime, F2, R, F prime, R. The final algorithm is really simple. It's a 3-move algorithm, probably the easiest algorithm you will ever learn on any cube. And it is when you have a Y perm on the top and a Y perm on the bottom. You can hold it in any orientation, it doesn't matter. And the algorithm goes R2, F2, R2. You can also perform different variations of this, like L2, F2, L2. It does the exact same thing. So there you have it, the 4 Ortega cases. Now we will go over some different cases you may also get. The first one is when you just happen to build your first layer correctly, all the colors are matching, and you have a T-perm on the top. You just perform your simple T-perm algorithm or your J-perm algorithm. The same applies when you have a solved bottom layer and a Y-perm on the top. You perform your normal diagonal corner swap algorithm. Next case is when you happen to get a PLL skip, however your first layer is unsolved. All you need to do is simply flip the cube over and do your algorithm from there. The same applies when you have a Y-perm on the bottom and a PLL skip. You flip the cube over and perform your algorithm. Now we'll go over one quick example solve. Okay, so looking around the cube, I can see this orange bar, this blue one, and this red one. So I will probably build one of these 3 layers. Here, I think probably orange is the easiest. What I'm going to do is insert this orange one down here. And actually, before I do this R prime, what I can do is move this piece out of the way and bring it down so that this piece is ready to be inserted here, instead of having to take it out again and then reinsert. So then from here, we can simply do a U prime and do our insert. Next, we have OLL. And in this case, we have the 2 T-perm case. We hold these 2 at the front and we perform the algorithm. And AUF. So as you're getting more experience with this method, you can also start predicting your first layer, so you know basically what you have to look out for when you're doing your Ortega algorithm. So here, looking at blue, I see that I'm going to simply insert this blue piece down here, and then I'm going to insert this piece at the front here. And I know that when I do so, these 2 yellow pieces will match up here on the right. On the left, sorry. So basically, when I finish my OLL, all I have to do is look for what case it is, so I can straight away jump into my algorithm instead of looking at the bottom and then realizing what case it is. So this is how it will look like. Oh, PLL skip. We know it was a T-perm. Straight away flip over and do the algorithm. So that's about it for this video. It was a pretty simple method that will significantly reduce your beginner method times. You can easily average around maybe 5 to 6 seconds with this method. You can even get sub 5 with it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and learned something. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next video.